This court is fully customizable and it's going to show live player stats and also rotate sponsors throughout the game. Now, this actually isn't the first court to look like this. 8 years ago in 2014, Nike Rise had the House of Mamba with this LED court, where this was the first time I ever saw anything like this. There's a few different companies right now making smart basketballs, but basically the gist of it is that they're putting sensors underneath the leather of the basketball that can track your stats, the speed, the arc, and even the distance, and if the shot was made or missed, and keep all of this inside of an.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. Let me get one of them Joes. I'm like, I had the yacht back in the day. So max, I get one of them Joes. I'm telling you, my shit gonna be butter biscuits.
Well, if you've ever played basketball down at the park or outside, you know that oftentimes these nets just get some wear and tear from the weather, the wind, the rain, and they often just completely wear out, and it's almost like playing with no net at all when it's just dangling there, barely hanging on by a thread. Now, Infinite's completely fixed this by giving you a net that will last.
Nah, that's gonna take away the swishes. You know what I'm saying? I need to know that shit was a bucket. You know what I'm saying? That was a bucket banger. You know what I'm saying? Butter biscuits. You know what I mean? Like that's gonna be stopping my shit from going straight in. Nah. Yeah, I see the tether, man. Let's get
this new basketball hoop is super weird, but actually a genius invention. Just like this insane LED basketball court, an NBA jersey from the future, a robot that doesn't miss a shot. These are some of the coolest inventions in basketball. This right here is the brand new LED basketball court that might be the future of NBA courts. And this court is being debuted this weekend in Madrid during the FIBA tournament. This court is fully customizable and it's going to show live player stats and also rotate sponsors throughout the game. Now, this actually isn't the first court to look like this. 8 years ago in 2014, Nike Rise had the House of Mamba with this LED court, where this was the first time I ever saw anything like this. And in 2016, the B League actually used these types of courts during games. I'm not going to ignore the fact that this could be super distracting during games. Hopefully they don't have any crazy things happening while players are shooting or at the free throw line, anything like that. But where I do think this could be really, really cool is pre-game when they do those game openers and there's a cool video and the lights go down. This could add a really cool visual element to the pre-game rituals. I don't think they're actually going to implement this anytime soon, although I could imagine them using a court like this for something like the All-Star game, where it's a bit more out there.
That'll be fire. That'll be fire. That's stuff they got to start doing, like, you know, change, you know, try some stuff, because the All-Star game is trash right now. Gotta try some stuff.
Upscaled, and it's a really cool feature that I think if they used it correctly, this could be kind of sick. This next basketball invention is probably the one that I want to buy the most right now. This right here is a mini hoop that can easily be moved around and even stores in a backpack, and oftentimes you see people using it at the beach where they're playing basketball in the sand. But you can place it anywhere in your backyard, in the grass, and this is a great way to do dunk hoops anywhere you're at. Now, it's $250 for one hoop and it's $450 for the full court set, which is a little steep pricing wise, but if you can take care of it, I bet this investment is worth it and a ton of fun. But if you want to save $50, I found a knockoff version on Amazon.
You got the net too. You got the
catching net. If you can take care of it, I bet this investment is worth it and a ton of fun. But if you want to save,
what's that little net behind? What's that for?
Save $50. I found a knockoff version on Amazon that honestly looks the exact same, just minus the U-ball, and I'll have a link down in the description if you want to pick that up. If you're trying to get better at hoops or you just want to track how you're doing, a smart basketball may be what you need. Now, if you're like me, you probably never heard of such a thing, a smart basketball, but it turns out this thing is pretty cool. There's a few different companies right now making smart basketballs, but basically the gist of it is that they're putting sensors underneath the leather of the basketball that can track your stats, the speed, the arc, and even the distance, and if the shot was made or missed, and keep all of this inside of an.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. Let me get one of them Joes. I'm like, I had the yacht back in the day. So max, I get one of them Joes. I'm telling you, my shit gonna be butter biscuits.
app on your phone.
Y'all
So
see,
now
man.
you
Y'all
can
gonna see
actually
what's
find
up.
out what
I'm saying.
your real 3-point shot percentage actually is. And for me, it's probably going to be a whole lot lower than I actually think it is. A company by the name of Sick SIQ has actually been working on this ball using a 9D sensor and AI software to give you feedback on your shooting, and they charge about $140 for the ball and the app bundle,
not
which
bad.
honestly doesn't seem too unfair because this
Not
is
bad.
pretty next level technology. Now, I think this is something that every basketball team or personal trainer should look into. Smart basketballs can be an easy way to identify a player's weak spot on the court and what they are really good at. I really think Ben Simmons should buy one of these. In fact, I bet fans would be willing to chip in money just to see him shoot another 3. At number 7, we have smart jerseys, and what you're looking at right now is not fake. This is
Nah,
actually
yeah,
real.
jerseys is
So
tough.
cool.
Now, a
I
couple
see
years
that
ago,
before.
Adam Silver debuted smart jerseys, which are
Rebounds.
jerseys that can
Video,
change
nothing.
the number and name on the back of the jersey using an electronic device. And these are actually kind of crazy. I have no idea why any player would actually want to wear one of these, but for me, if I'm rooting for the Portland Trailblazers and they start tanking, then maybe I can just change my jersey to start rooting for the Warriors. We don't know when this is going to be released to the public yet, but my
Yeah.
bet is this thing is going to be very expensive when that time comes. At number 6, we have an electric ball pump. Now, you probably want to skip over this one, but please don't, because this thing is actually clutch. And I think every hooper should pick one of these up.
That's so cool.
Look how quick it's pumping up.
Truth is, every basketball player needs a pump in their bag because playing with a flat ball is literally the worst. I don't even want to play basketball if the ball is flat.
Yo, what's up with the ball? It's squishy.
And I
Dude, you said it get treachy. That's why, yo, bro. You saying if y'all know, it really get treachy. You gotta play with the ball with too much air or the ball with not enough air. Either way, the ball with not enough air, you gotta pound that motherfucker OD hard. You know what I'm saying? Ball with too much air, you gotta light tap that motherfucker. Really let that joint just flow. You know what I'm saying? But that's what get your handles really up there. You know, dribbling on terrain that's not even the court, dribbling on rocks and things like that. You know what I'm saying? You go on the court now, it will be different. It's easy. You know what I'm telling you? Shit like that.
always keep one in my bag, but it's one of those hand pumps, and I always break the needle, and I hate when this happens because then
Nah, I
it
be
gets
doing
stuck
that
in the
shit
ball
too. That shit
sometimes.
get me
And
sad.
that's why I think this electric ball
That
pump
definitely get
comes
me
in
sad.
super clutch, and it doesn't take very long
I had a few basketballs that the needle stuck in there forever. So
to
it's
actually pump
over.
these balls up. Now, on the flip side, I hate it when people over pump their basketballs and it's way too bouncy. So this ball pump actually tells you the right PSI, which is basically the pressure of air inside of the ball. So it perfectly fills it up to the actual standards of basketball so that it bounces just right. These are priced anywhere from $20 to $50, but it is 100% worth the purchase, and we're gonna have links in the description. Now, these next 5 get even crazier, but at number 5, we actually have a product that showcased on Shark Tank.
So you think you know Wix, but do you really? First up, we've got Shake Video Mask.
Hey Sharks, my name is Thomas Fields, and I'm the founder and CEO of Grind.
At first glance, the grind machine is just a regular shooting machine, but when you look closer, you'll find that it's actually very portable. Definitely
Nah, yeah,
easier
I
to
see
move
that.
around
It's-
than one of.
Yeah, because the regular shooting gun is big as shit, bulky. You gotta put that joint in the corner of the gym. Unless you got a big closet, a big storage unit, you know what I'm saying, to really put that joint somewhere. But I know, you know what I'm saying, in high school we put that joint in a little storage unit, but in the Y, well, yeah. Yeah.
Of the traditional ones
Storage
that
unit,
you've
but
used
sometimes
before.
in the
Also,
corner.
what makes this one
That should be
stand
big as
out
shit.
is that it is one of the lowest priced shooting machines that I have ever seen. They sell for $2,150 on Shark Tank.
That's
At the
still
time, they were
OD, but-
$1,500, so they have gone up over time. But if you look around and you look at one of those really expensive ones, they can go for anywhere from $8,000 to $10,000. Now, yes, an NBA team
Some
might
Georges.
pick one of those up, but for your everyday Joe to be able to have one a lot cheaper, this is really cool. And if you can afford it, saves you a ton of time when you're shooting by yourself to be able to get all your shots in. But if you still can't afford that, Boost Hoop tried to solve this issue with a much cheaper device. And I think this is great for young kids just getting started out in basketball. The creator also explained that players using this extended rim will have to shoot higher in order for the ball to get inside the hoop. And this is a good thing for young kids working on their form, trying to shoot better. Now, this next player definitely doesn't need a Boost Hoop because this this player is actually a robot that doesn't miss its shot. This robot was created by Toyota, and it's got cameras and sensors on it, and they created this robot to make almost any shot on the basketball court. That wasn't enough. They recently made changes to it that allow the AI to dribble and take shots from more places, such as half court. Now, I'm not gonna lie, once this thing gets fully developed, I think it's gonna be the best shooter in the world. Yes, even better than Steph Curry. It is crazy to think though that we had to make a robot just to beat him. To be fair, this thing does take a long time to shoot the ball, but it still shoots free throws faster than Giannis. In some futuristic world, I could see this robot getting developed to kind of be used as a defender for practices to guard players. The reason I think of this is because there actually was this company that used one of those defensive player stands, and they put it on some sort of robot that would move on the court, and they used this to help kind of be a defender against the kids during a training camp. And I feel like that is something that this robot basketball player could evolve into over time. Just hope that this robot doesn't fall onto one of the players and incredibly injure them. Or imagine if this basketball robot could get your rebounds and pass you the ball.
I'm thinking about what if the basketball robot, you know what I'm saying, get tight, you know what I'm saying, start playing OD physical defense, start throwing balls. You fake gutful.
That would be pretty cool. Also, this thing is like 6'10". I think he needs to stop messing around and sign a 10-day contract with the Lakers.
Let's see what you got there.
Now, this basketball invention is absolutely insane, right? We're all used to the regular basketball nets, but this company reimagined what the basketball net could be. But before that, this company took a regular net and came up with a very smart tool for all of those hoops out there that don't have nets. And if you've ever hooped on a rim with no net, you know that it is absolutely awful. You're not sure if you just airballed it or if you just made your shot. But these magnetic nets could fix this forever. All you have to do is throw the net into any hoop, and it immediately fixes the problem, allowing you to have a rim with a net wherever you go, and for the price of $60. My only concern with this is that it adds just a tiny bit to the top of the rim, making it slightly taller than it should be. But luckily, there's a company
That's none. That don't matter. It's gonna be what, half-inch taller. You never played on an 11-foot rim before.
Came up with an even better solution, and they're called Infinite. Now, the Infinite is your traditional orange rim, but with weird blue spiky things. Now, at first, this looks super odd, but it's something that could replace nets in the future. But you might be asking yourself, why in the world would I need something like this? Well, if you've ever played basketball down at the park or outside, you know that oftentimes these nets just get some wear and tear from the weather, the wind, the rain, and they often just completely wear out, and it's almost like playing with no net at all when it's just dangling there, barely hanging on by a thread. Now, Infinite's completely fixed this by giving you a net that will last.
Nah, that's gonna take away the swishes. You know what I'm saying? I need to know that shit was a bucket. You know what I'm saying? That was a bucket banger. You know what I'm saying? Butter biscuits. You know what I mean? Like that's gonna be stopping my shit from going straight in. Nah.
A lifetime. But a lot of people are really skeptical about this net and don't think this would actually work.
I was gonna say bring chain nets back, but that's a little dangerous, you know. I know people's fingers be getting caught up in them chains. You know what I'm saying? But just bring some durable nets or some shit like that, you know?
Like a normal net, because the spikes, or what they call fins, are placed really high. So it looks like if you shoot it, then the ball would bounce right back out. And someone mentioned that in a comment to them, and they responded saying this: "It is impossible for our fins to rebound the ball back out. The reason they are set so high is to reduce the vandal risk of people trying to grab or swing on them." I really could see outdoor basketball hoops implementing this new net so that they never have to.
People gonna be grabbing and swinging on those joints. Those joints look like pull-up balls. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Pre-game, that's the perfect pull-up ball. Oh yeah, we're gonna test the rim now. You know what I'm saying? I don't like it. I don't like it, personally. Let me know how y'all feel about this one. That's the end of this one, though. I ain't gonna lie. Click on the last reaction, turn on post notifications, like the video, comment, subscribe. I'm out of there, man. I'm out of there.